This is being recorded. Excuse me. This is being recorded through Zoom for our Cannabis Church, July 25th, 2021, for our YouTube channel and for the Down the Road Show podcast. These are my opinions and do not represent the views or opinions of anyone else but me. I am also not selling any products or cannabis of any kind, and I'm not here to save your soul. Welcome to Sunday service, where we preach the holy healing plant, God's gift to Mother Earth. No judge, just love. All pronouns, faiths, or faithless are welcome at Cannabis Church. We are here to end the stigma of the devil's lettuce and connect to better wellness personally, spiritually, socially, and for the planet. Whether you need connection to humanity or the universe or the great creator of your choice, or if you just need good vibes and to meditate with love and light, all are welcomed with green grace in this safe space. I'm your cannabis minister, Casey. You can partake in the smokable or edible sacrament of your choice at any time as we take you to Cannabis Church. I'm not here to bless the holy plant, because the cannabis plant blesses us all. So let me pray. Hello, universe. Hello, family. I'm here with my cannabis community family. It's a pleasure to be here on another Sunday, 4 Sundays in a row of Cannabis Church. Reaching out, connecting to the universe, connecting to my family, connecting to myself, connecting to the plant, finding better ways to connect us all, hopefully, as family, as we talk about that today here at Cannabis Church. Thank you for bringing me this new family, universe. I am extremely humbled and grateful to be here today. Amen. First of all, thank you to Brother Nick at Verdes Foundation here locally, the dispensary that gave me today's sacrament that I've already partaked in to help relax me and get me ready for this and keep me focused. Thank you to our music director, Brother Durrell Johnson, for bringing that plant love spirit vibe into the room today. Thank you to my brother Batt at Dark Knight Studios for sponsoring the Down the Road Show podcast. That's DARKNYTE studios.com. Check him out. He does all my logos and makes my shirts for my podcast, and I love him. We'll be talking more about him more because he is my brother. Family. The family we're born into, or the family we choose, or like we like to call them, my people, or our tribe, as we like to call them, right? Or our spirit family, our ancestors, our guardian angels, those who have already left us, that watch over us. Family is such a big word. So many meanings on a personal level to all of us, individually, as a society as a whole. We all grow up in our own family dynamics that help shape us from childhood through teenage years, through young adult, all the way through adulthood and to the end of our lives. Our families shape who we are. Now, I know I have a lot of friends with a lot of different types of pasts, and I've heard a lot of stories, and not all families are the same. Some people have toxic family members. I get that. My sister Tisha in the other room, like to describe our family as Ozzie and Harriet. An old late 50s, early 60s sitcom in black and white about your quintessential uh, middle class American family, white American family. Mom and dad always have the answers for the kids for their troubled times. And that's the house I thought I was growing up in. But no, we were a regular dysfunctional family like anyone else. But it wasn't until adulthood that that I learned that. And now I can recognize toxicity in myself, in my own family, and what we've been through together and continue to go through, and hopefully we will learn from and grow better as a family unit from in the future. That's my hope for my personal family, for the family I was born into. But that it leads me to wonder, what about for those of us that believe in multiple lives or reincarnation, right? What does that do to our ancestral ties? If I've lived thousands of lives already, well, then when I call you my brothers and sisters, you are truly my brothers and sisters, especially on a spiritual level and on a humanity level, because we're all brothers and sisters in humanity. I know it drove my ex crazy when I would call strangers brothers and sisters, but that's my belief. We are all brothers and sisters and family in humanity, in the family of humanity, which is easy to forget when we get all petty in our humanity and our personal troubles and our self-indulgences, which is why sometimes I love a good disaster movie and sometimes I hate them. You get to see the worst in humanity and our selfishness in those horrible times. Yet during an alien apocalypse, we come together as one human race to fight off the invading forces of the alien races that are here to take over our planet. That juxtaposition of who we are as humanity. How quickly we can unite and how quickly we can divide at the same time. But that leads me to wonder, if reincarnation and multiple lives, the multiverse theory. So who are our guardian angels then, right? How many must we have? I know I feel like I got a lot. I've had a lot of people pass over to the other side. The first two houses I grew up in as a kid were haunted. I've seen the things that creep in the night, that hide in the darkness. I know they exist. I know they've been after me and my family for a long time. But that doesn't stop me from continuously walking in the light, going into those dark spaces, because I know that's always been my path. Now, we'll get more to my family in a second here. But how about the family we choose, right? We choose family. We marry into families. We get married. We are choosing a new family to bring into our family, to make a whole new unit of family members. That's a huge decision in life right there. But you are choosing to extend your family. You are choosing more family. Whether you decide to have kids and multiply that family or not, that's a personal decision, or adopt and extend that family. What a great gift to be able to choose your family. But not just that. We make friends our family. We make other connections and choose to bring them into that inner circle, that safe space that we call family. Like I got here right now on Resonate Radio, on the green room, talking to my family. It makes me think of my Kelly McHughes family. Bar I worked at in the early 2000s. I've told many a stories on here. Broke up a knife fight. We had karaoke like 6 nights a week for a while. Great pool hall, sports bar. Every dumb fight I ever broke up was between alcoholics, not between the weed smokers. They're outside getting along because that's what cannabis does. It unites, it connects people, unlike alcohol, which is a poison and our body rejects. But we would vacation together, go to the river, go to the beach, play slosh ball. If you don't know what that is, you set up a keg on second base and you go play some softball with your friends. It's a good time. Go to concerts together. We're at each other's weddings. It's a family. It's a family we chose. That family is not still united in the way it was 20 years ago, 15 years ago. We've lost members. People have moved. But they'll always hold a special place in my heart. As a family I chose. Over the last 10 years, I started a podcast, Down the Road Show, which took me around the country from Comic-Con to Comic-Con, filming, interviewing people, making new friends, some of which I get to call family now. My brother Batt. That's right. I'm going to shout it out again. My brother Batt from Dark Knight Studios. We met 10 years ago. My co-host back in the day, JC and I, were at a Wizard World Comic Con at the Anaheim Convention Center. And they needed help with the costume contest, or cosplay, as it's called now. And so they had us host the event, and they had prizes to give out, and they had some celebrity judges up on the panel deciding who would win. And it was our job to just kind of moderate and keep the flow of things going, which was fun. I'd never actually done anything like that. Neither had JC. It was a great time. Well, Bat was about 4 rows into the audience. And he didn't waste much time. He was heckling us within like 5-10 minutes. And I love a good heckle. I love comedy shows. I'm that guy who the comedians pick out from the back or third row because you can hear my laughter anywhere. And they love to heckle me, and I don't mind. That's why I go to a comedy show. I love them. So my smart ass decides to bring Bat up on stage. Like, oh, you think you can do better, buddy? Come on up here with my friend JC and I and help us host this costume contest. Well, that was a mistake. That was a mistake because he was better than both of us. He was on fire. He was lit. He was hilarious and witty and just on top of everything. And his nerd knowledge was way beyond anything I ever claimed to have or still have to this day. So he knew exactly what everybody was dressed up at. Basically, he put us to shame. So about 10 minutes of that, and I had to send him back to his seat because, can't have that going on. Well, a year later, I cut off my hair and donated it to Locks of Love. Filmed it, put it on my YouTube channel. And Bat reaches out to me because he's got long hair too, and he often cuts his and donates it. He was donating his to Pantene, which also has a great hair drive. So he hits me up and like, yeah, heck yeah, we can film that for down the road show. And that's the start of our friendship. But now he's family. My brother. Don't use that term lightly. My brother. My sister considers him a brother. I can't wait till he calls me to tell me that they're pregnant, that him and his wife are pregnant. I can't wait for that day. Family that we choose. So thank you, Batt, for being my family. Now I have you guys. I have my cannabis family, a brand new family. Been talking about you guys for weeks here on Cannabis Church, helping me find my voice, helping me relight my passion and my purpose in my spirituality, in my path forward. Jamie, Cannabis Cheese, Chef Cannabis, gave me another card reading this week. He gave him and Maggie gave me card readings before the first Cannabis Church. Great readings. He gave me another great reading, which of course it rang true all the way through, Jamie, all the way through to my heart. A transmuting and reflecting card. Yeah. Transmuting darkness into light and reflecting. I knew exactly what those meant immediately. Immediately, Jamie. Yes. And it's time to get back. So I've been writing my autobiography for the last 4 years. Pretty much took a year and a half off because of lots of reasons. Wasn't even sure if I was going to do Cannabis Church today because of the neck, the jaw, the eyes. My face rash came back yesterday, but hey, luckily for my homemade CBD and coconut oil, I rubbed that on my face a few times before bed last night, and it helped. In fact, it works better than the cream that the doctors prescribed me. That usually takes about 3 to 4 days to get rid of my face rash. It's mostly gone this morning when I woke up. Yay, because that stuff, let me tell you, that's painful on the face and the eyes. So with that and the jaw and the neck and the back and everything else going, I wasn't sure if I was going to do this today, but I wanted to be here with my cannabis family on Resonate Radio in the green room and recording here for those that miss it. Because you are the family I choose. And we've been through some rough times over the last few weeks, and lots of things are up in the air. But that doesn't change the love we've all shared and expressed to each other over the last month. None of us thought we'd be here a month later on this brand new app, openly connecting with each other about cannabis, about our lives, about our families, about some of the things we've been through with our families, and are sharing those experiences with each other, connecting that to each other, to the universe, to cannabis. What a special month it's been. So special. I don't regret any of it myself. I'm humbled to have found you all. I am humbled to be here. So yes, this week, amongst my video projects, it's time to get back to my autobiography, Jamie. Yes, get back to transmuting all that darkness and pain that I've been through and reflecting on all that and where it has led me to here right now, starting Cannabis Church a month ago. That's where it's all led me. So yes, getting back to that. Thank you for the reminder, Jamie. I needed that. But yeah, and why is this cannabis community so important to me these days? Well, just 2 years ago, I moved here to New Mexico, and 6 months later, I went down hard. Pretty sure I had COVID before we knew it was in the country, since we now know it was in the States as early as November. So my sister comes in town with her family. We had been not getting along for a while, pretty much our whole lives. she's she's the only one of my older three sisters that has actually swung at me and with a balled up fist and tried to punch me. I am the youngest of four siblings. My mother wasn't supposed to have any more children. She was advised not to have any more children, I should say. But my dad, being the extremely faithful and spiritual man he is, begged her for one more try for a son. Just give me one more chance to try. And he prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed, and he got a son. And after my dad died, it was just me and my mom and my sister until she graduated high school, because my two older sisters were so close in age. They graduated right after my dad died, and like all of us, because that's kind of the way we were raised, is to be responsible and to be on our own. Immediately moved out once we were 18 and flew the coop, as they say, and spread our wings to fly and become adults, adultish. I still don't consider myself an adult. Don't like it. Don't recommend it. 1 star, 0 star. Can I give adulting 0 stars? 0 stars for adulting. I'm sure some people out there will agree. So, after my sister Tina overdosed on July 4th, 2 years ago, there were that brought up all kinds of family issues that have not been squashed and were not squashed before then. And it caused even more family issues since then. Well, it made me do a lot of reflecting, and there's only so much toxicity I can withstand. And while I was at my worst, physically, at my worst, with all my chronic illnesses, with my arthritis, with my neuropathy, with the vertigo, and all kinds of things going on. And like I said, I'm pretty sure I had COVID. So for multiple days, I wasn't sleeping very well. My eyes were going in and out of my eyesight. Like the room would narrow and then expand and narrow on me and expand. I couldn't focus visually for very long, or mentally either, for that matter. So by the time my sister got into town with her family, I was just, I thought I was going to die. In fact, I spent the next day, Christmas Eve, in the emergency room. But she showed up the day before and wants to hash things out, as she likes to do. Now, she's a teacher, and she went to school and loves her English, and I'm pretty sure English was her major, loves her Shakespeare. But for all that knowledge of the English language, for some reason has never learned how to talk to her three siblings. And yet that's somehow our issue and our fault. And she couldn't just let things go until after Christmas. Just wanted a Christmas with the family, which they had over at my niece's, who has stairs going up and stairs going down to get to either bathroom. And I don't feel safe in that house. And with the vertigo and dizziness and everything, I didn't feel it was a good idea to go over there for Christmas. And when I woke up on Christmas Eve, I couldn't even sit up in my own bed. Uh, so that was why I spent Christmas Eve in the hospital. And then a month after that, fighting COVID because we weren't supposed to go to the hospitals and make other people sick. We were just told to stay home. There weren't even tests for it yet. But she couldn't wait. And she waited till the whole family was loading up to go to see Star Wars, which I had already seen on Saturday. It's a Monday night now. That's the last movie I saw in the theater. Barely made it through the movie because of my vertigo and because of everything that was going on with me that I hadn't fully hit yet. And she waited till they all went outside, and that's when she came and sat over next to me and was like, "Can you look at me?" I'm like, "I physically could not look at you. Just look at me." It's just like, okay, you don't understand what's going on with me. My eyes don't focus. I can't look at you. Well, we need to talk about this. I'm coming back after the movie. You're like, "No, don't come back after the movie. I will be trying to get some sleep. Just no." Well, yeah, she wanted to hash it out right there, and instead we yelled, and I let her know that she was the bully of the family. Yet, of course, I'm the bully of the family, being the loud man I am. And she stood over me and hovered over me. I'd never seen those eyes as dark as they were and as emotionless as they were. I didn't see any family in those eyes. I didn't see compassion in those eyes. And I've seen many of friends in pain and family members and watched people slowly die from cancer. I don't know how anyone could stand there and look down at me in such a manner. And to this day, it's just, I still don't get it. I could never do that. But that's her pride getting the best of her. And that's why we haven't talked since. And when I say she's dead to me, you know, look, I miss my niece and nephew. They're adopted. They're the sweetest. I love them to death. And I miss her and her husband sometimes. Sometimes. We'll see what happens in the future. But no different than someone molested by their uncle or father. It always amazes me when I hear those stories of survivors, and then the family turns around and blames the survivor like it's their fault and always sticks up for that toxic family member. I never get that, but it happens. It happens all the time. I get it. I mean, I get it now. Now I get it. Now I get it. So that's why y'all here at Resonate Radio and the cannabis community and hanging out with me on Cannabis Church every week is so important. The new family I'm choosing to bring into my life, because, you know, we need connection. It's part of what drives us as humanity is connection. And after a pandemic and everything we've all lived through worldwide over the last year, we need that connection more than anything. More than anything. That's why we talk about what brought us here together in relation to cannabis. Cannabis has me sitting here now. The CBD I rubbed on my face. The cannabis I smoked right before this. The cannabis that helped me get through all the depression after my sister overdosed. The cannabis helping me deal with all the pain from all my arthritis and nerve damage and different ailments I got going on, which is why I'm wearing my neck brace today. So that way I don't move the neck too much, because it's impossible for me to not talk without my hands. I can't do that. I've tried. It doesn't work. My mouth and hands are related. But it's that connection to the universe and the creator of your choice or not, whatever brings you here today. Cannabis plant is older than all of us. It's the oldest medicine on Mother Earth. God gave us seed, and the seed bear fruit. And sometimes that seed bears cannabinoids in all their wonderful glory, which we used to feed to our livestock, which used to be in our food regularly, which we can use the hemp to make all kinds of wonderful clothing, textiles, batteries, gasoline. Hemp and cannabis can help save the world from climate change. Cannabis can help get the homeless off the streets and help our veterans with their PTSD. Damn it, you know I'm going to bring that up every week. Instead of the pills they want to shove down all of our throats. I'm not saying everybody on the planet needs to be getting high and smoking cannabis, but we all deserve that freedom and that right and that universal right, that God-given right to have that option, no matter where we live. Whether you're in the Philippines, whether you're in Russia, China, Japan, Canada, Mexico, South Carolina, Nevada, no matter where you are, we all deserve that same universal human right to have that choice to try the green, to see how it can help us with our own healing, with the healing of our mind, the healing of our bodies, the healing of our souls, hopefully the healing of our family units. Hopefully that's not the thing that drives our families apart, because that's what we all want, is a little more connection and understanding from the people who don't get it, whether those be our family members, our co-workers, our friends, people at church, complete strangers. We want them to understand our connection to cannabis. And that's why I'm happy to be connected here with you all at Cannabis Church today. My new family, my chosen family. As I look down at my phone on the green room, I see some new faces and some familiar old faces over the last month that I hope are in my life a month from now, 2 months from now, and a year from now. I see you. I see the changes you are all making individually and as a cannabis community. So it breaks my heart when I hear about people in the cannabis community trying to tear each other apart, trying to get each other in trouble. We got enough people against us. We got enough of society rooting against us. We don't need to be tearing each other down. We don't need to be doing that. That's why we're the cannabis community. And some of us have become family. And though some of those family ties may rip apart here and there, we need to remember what brought us together a month ago and kept us communicating and connecting 24/7 all across the world, a global community. What? Gil's listening in from Israel right now. Leah's in Texas. Molly's in Canada. Like, what? That's special. That's special, and I'm proud to be a part of it. I am so proud, and I'm humbled, and I love you guys all so much. So let's wrap this baby up with a quick prayer, and then I'm gonna jump on the green room and we're going to leave it all to you guys and go from there. Thank you, Universe, for bringing me this cannabis family here on Resonate Radio in the green room. And for those that are finding Cannabis Church on the podcast later or on the YouTube and that are in need of connection, those that have already found the connection to the plant and themselves and the people around them, the family they were born into, the family they choose, and the connection to the universe and our spiritual family that guides us from the other side. Thank you very much for allowing me to be here, universe, for another week as I continue to feel that connection, and I'm humbled with grace. Amen. All right. And I now give this room back to Resonate Radio, and for all of y'all to come up, bear your testimonies, or talk, or just whatever you all want to do. Much love, family.